Hi, I'm Dani. Welcome to my channel. Today's episode is all about identifying the things that are killing your confidence. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe and hit that notifications bell so you don't miss any new episodes, as well as follow me on social media at Dani Walker. Today I'm going to identify 6 different things that are killing your confidence. These are things that are going to affect your performances if you're competing in a pageant, if you are going into a job interview, or if you are participating in any type of competition. One of the biggest issues that my own clients face, and it's something that I have dealt with too, I actually have another episode all about this, is comparison. This is something that is going to kill your confidence for many reasons. You are different from everyone else. So it's never going to help you if you are comparing your journey to someone else's, because you might be looking at them as they are about to reach a big goal that they've been working 10 years to achieve, and you might be trying to achieve that same goal, but you might be in year number 1. So it's unfair to yourself to make these comparisons between you and another person. So whenever you're trying to achieve any goal in life, it's going to be essential to continually center and focus on self. Now, I know normally that's not something that we want to do, is to be self-centered, but what I mean is to focus on your own personal goals and your personal progress, and don't compare those to the progress or the successes of others. The second issue is something that's become incredibly prevalent in recent years, and that is social media stalking. I can't tell you how many people or clients that I've worked with who stalk their competitors constantly, and it's not in a positive way. They're doing it and they're paying so much attention to what their competitor is doing and what they're achieving that they start to lose their confidence in self and feel inadequate. The only time I would say that it's okay to look at a competitor is when you're trying to make self-improvements. Like, let's say that you and your competitor are both in a very similar field and you have some similar goals, and maybe that they've already reached those goals that you wanted to achieve. So I think it's okay to look to other people who have more experience than you and try to figure out and piece together, okay, what have they done in order to achieve the goal that I too want to achieve? I think that's a really healthy form of comparison, is when we are looking at someone who's done something that we also want to do and say, like, what can I learn from that and how can I apply it to myself? I would urge anyone, though, not to stalk somebody else's social media, because the life that most of us share on social media is going to be the highlight reel. It's going to be the high moments of our life, and it's not always going to be the low times or the challenging times, those really real gritty moments that we all experience. So don't turn to somebody else's social media life and think that your life does not compare, or that they're not experiencing the same types of struggles that you are experiencing them. Most of the time they are experiencing the exact same things, but those aren't the things that people like to highlight on social media. We like to highlight those high moments of our life. So something that is really going to be detrimental to your confidence is if you are so obsessed and spending way too much time stalking other people's lives on social media. If you can relate to anything that I'm talking about right now, comment yes down below. I really want to hear from you. The third thing I want to discuss is focusing on your past losses or failures more than your successes or more than your wins. I think it's okay to look back on the things that maybe didn't go your way and try to figure out, what can I do differently next time? But sometimes when we focus so much on a loss, we get drugged down into these really feelings of sadness or depression or inadequacy. If you're focused on all of those things, then that can also prevent you from trying again, from picking yourself back up, from starting to pursue a new goal or to pursue the same goal in a different way. I think it can be a little helpful to, yes, reflect on the things that maybe we could have done better, but don't get so stuck on them that you start defining yourself by failures and your losses. You should be defining yourself and looking to push forward based on every little success that you've experienced. If you're loving this episode and you want to know how you can say thank you, just do me a favor. If you're watching on a mobile device, screenshot this, post it in an Instagram story, tag me at Dani Walker to share it with your friends and let me know what you thought. The next thing I'm going to touch on is assumptions, because they can be very dangerous. When I'm working with my clients, a lot of times they will express fears. And the fears have to do with how a judge or an interviewer is going to interpret the information that they are sharing. And that is something that is out of our control and it's out of our hands. One thing that I discourage clients from doing is trying to adjust their message to please absolutely everyone, or making assumptions about what the person interviewing them or judging them is thinking, because you will never know what's going on in someone else's head. The one thing that we do know though is ourselves, and we do know our own truth. So we know the things that are our strengths, we know the things that are our weaknesses, and we know what we excel at. So what's most important with any goal or anything in life is to not make assumptions about your customer, if this is for business, or to make assumptions about judges and what they think. If you have the opportunity to ask people questions or to poll people to actually get their opinions, then take advantage of that. Take advantage of extracting that knowledge from others so you actually know what their thoughts and opinions are versus making those assumptions. And if you don't have that option, then I believe the best thing you can do is always stay true to your authentic self, to your own story, to your truths, regardless of somebody else's own perspectives that come from their own life story, that come from their own life experience. And those are things that are completely out of your control. So instead of trying to adjust who you are for everyone in the room, instead embrace who you are and confidently share what that is and who that is with everyone else. In addition to all of these tips, I actually have another episode that could be very helpful to you, and it's called What Not to Say in an Interview. So if you're interested in learning more about that, just click this video right up here. The last point I'm going to touch on is negative thoughts and how important it is to fill your mind with positivity. It's really a better option, right? Like when you have the choice to be positive or to be negative, even though positivity isn't going to solve all of your problems, it is going to result in a better approach. Positive thinking is going to have effect on your emotions, and your emotions are going to have effect on your actions. Overall, it's better to approach any life situation with a positive mindset. So instead of walking into a job interview or a competition with dread because you felt like in the past you weren't the best interviewer, it's going to be more helpful to you and it's going to more positively affect your experience in that moment if you enter it with positive thoughts about yourself, if you are filling your mind with all of the things that you know that you're really great at. And one of the things that is so helpful for that, especially for me, was positive affirmations. And positive affirmations are basically just these short statements that you say to yourself every single day, and they're positive, and basically it just helps you to sort of manifest the characteristics and the things that you want to see in your life by saying them to yourself every day. So you start to internalize these things, identify with them, and really believe them. And they were really helpful to me in achieving my goal of becoming Miss Montana USA and for achieving lots of other goals in life. So I actually compiled a list of my top 20 favorite affirmations, and if you want to download those for free, just click the description below and you'll see the download link for those. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. I'm so happy that I was able to share these things with you. I hope that you are going to find them helpful in the pursuit of your goals and your dreams. I really appreciate that you even took the time to watch this video. So please be sure to subscribe and not miss out on any new episodes, and hit that notifications bell, as well as like this episode and share it with your friends, and follow me on social media at Dani Walker.